but I have to say she is 10 times fairer and less of a dictator than Mayor Clark. And really, shame on the media. And
it's she not that she's not a dictator. It's ridiculous. Y'all are so hard on Tiffany. She's a way smaller dictator than the other guy. She's not supposed to be a dictator. She's not. Hey, sir, she's not supposed to be a dictator. Like, that's not supposed to be a thing. She's supposed to not be one, not be less of one.
Yeah, thank you for not arresting us.
Now, it's that part for me. Thank you for not arresting us. That's how low the bar is. Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments, so let me know what you think about this, okay? So last night, I had to work. I had a job. I have a job, okay? So I was not home to catch this live, but they had a meeting, Thornton Township meeting, and it was held in what looks like a courtroom in a whole nother city. I don't know what that was about, but I do know this, okay? I know that Tiffany was very ecstatic to be sitting up high again, you know, away from the peasants. Tiffany likes to be, you know, set up real high. You know what I'm saying? Just like a BBL, just set up real high, you know. Ain't it right, Tiffany? I know you do. I know you do. It's, I don't know, maybe something from your childhood. Maybe you felt small and now you need to feel big, whatever. But Tiffany was in a courtroom, sitting in a judge's seat. This is looking very much like a judge. If this ain't what this is, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, what room is this? That's giving very much judge's seat. Okay. But either way, it's neither here nor there. We're not going to focus, mama. Focus. Okay. So the reason we're here today, okay, something happened that I thought was kind of fascinating and kind of weird, but I think that people need to actually really pay attention to. Now, we have been very, very hyper focused on Tiffany, which we should be. And she is hilarious. So I don't apologize for that. Not at all. But they bring up something. Apparently, there's this guy who's running for Tiffany's spot, not Napoleon. It's like, there's this guy named Christopher. Can't even think of his name right now, but they're going to say it. Apparently, he's like a hyper dictator. You know, when you get hyper focused on just wanting this one person out, this is something that happened. That's what I say. You got to be careful when you're so excited to get rid of somebody, because you're like, I don't care who come in. I just want her gone. And then next thing you know, you're looking back and saying, you know what? Tiffany wasn't so bad, because who came next was fucking worse. You didn't think it was possible. You didn't think it was possible, but it is. Okay. So we're going to listen to It's one particular person who comes in and he speaks. And I also thought it was funny because of Tiffany's response to it, like just her expressions from this man talking. It's like he's not big upping Tiffany. He's not like Tiffany's great. It's not like Tiffany's good. It's not like Tiffany's even tolerable. He's saying, I mean, she might be bad, but this dude right here, way worse. You know what I'm saying? He's confused why everybody's so focused on her and not this guy who's getting people arrested for just filming these things. He's arresting people for filming in these rooms. Okay, so we're going to listen to this guy, and, you know, it's pretty funny. We watching. Focus on Tiffany's face while this man talks. It's like any news is good news, right, Tiffany? I know, girl. It's been rough.
Thank you for allowing, even though every comment might not be what you want to hear or might not be favorable to you or when you're running, at least you get the residents their voice. And so I thank you for that.
In case you couldn't hear that, she said, you know, thank you for at least, I mean, even though you ain't telling us shit and you ain't shit, at least for not arresting us for existing. Thank you at least for that. That's basically what she just said, okay?
I just want to add to that. So, my name's Ryan. I'm president of Harvey, the Harvey Historical Society as well. I know Harvey spirit shirt on today. But no, I wanted to echo that. Dennis is literally the nicest lady ever, by the way, that she just spoke. She got a $500 fine because Clark didn't like, I don't know, something. So it's just crazy. Personally, I'm not here to be a fan of Tiffany or Napoleon or Chris or anybody. I just want to see the truth. I want to see the right thing done. And I do want to say though, I mean, this is amazing because Glennis is right. There's usually about 10 to 15 heavily armed police for all of our city council meetings. There was no, they don't even have the metal detector up. They had the metal detector. They wand you. They stare you down. They stand behind you when you're giving comments. So I guess I have a problem with everybody, like the media, for instance. Like, why? I understand the frustrations that people have with you, Ms. Henyard, and the disagreements, but you know, you get so much coverage. It seems like a personality thing because, like, I was talking to some people today, and I'm like, well, are they going to have money to pay the bills for the township? I don't care if you. I don't care if you hate Ms. Henyard, or if you, like I said, I don't particularly love any of the candidates unless they're maybe independents running for township. Okay, I'm not really a fan of any of them. I'm definitely not a fan of our mayor, Chris Clark. But we need to make sure that things are running. So then I heard people.
That's his name, Christopher Clark is the guy he's talking about. Yeah.
Online today saying, don't boycott the meeting, don't come to the meeting. Well, how are we going to pay the township bills? So, but I just have to say, every meeting I've been to with Ms. Henyard, even though, sure, there are a lot of things we would disagree on, but I have to say, she is 10 times fairer and less of a dictator than Mayor Clark. And really shame on the media and for.
And that's she not that she's not a dictator. Not that it's ridiculous. Y'all are so hard on Tiffany. She's a way smaller dictator than the other guy. But like, bitch, she's not supposed to be a dictator. Hey, sir, she's not supposed to be a dictator. Like, that's not supposed to be a thing. She's supposed to not be one, not be less of fucking one. She's supposed to, but I feel you. I understand. It's like, Jesus, anything would be better than what they're dealing with right now. They're being arrested just for existing at this point. I mean, anything sounds better.
For giving Tiffany all this attention, and meanwhile, I was arrested in this very room for videoing, just like you saw me. My alderwoman is right here, Colby. She was arrested twice, false arrests, because she dared to ask how Clark is spending money. So this man wants to run.
Wow. I mean, he's arresting that Clark. Because Christopher Clark, I think his name is, he is arresting people for asking him questions about what they are doing with the taxpayer money. So while everybody is super pissed at Tiffany, okay, don't be so hyper fixated on how bad Tiffany is that you take anything other than that. I don't care who it is. Don't do that. Okay, because they're the people who are worse than her. The only reason they feel so emboldened, we'll say, to come in and try to even take this spot, even though they are so horrible and have such a horrible reputation, they're not known worldwide for this horrible reputation. We have put Tiffany on such a pedestal that the people who are even worse than her, way worse than fucking her, are like, you know what? If I could sneak in this position, honestly, they just want anybody other than her, and they don't even know how shitty I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so they're coming in gunning for these positions. Okay, so just be aware of this, is what I'm saying to you. Be aware.
To take her job. So I'm just letting you all know that in case you didn't know. So Christopher Clark is a tyrant. He's horrible. Why does Tiffany, even with all of her problems, why did she get all that attention?
Yes. Well, because whoever put it out there, and there was a viral video somewhere. Usually that's how it happens. A viral video happens, and that's how everyone sees it. Once everyone becomes aware, people start zooming in, and that's what happened. And so then all the assholes that are around her that are worse than her, they get outshined, and then they get to fly under the radar. So these people have been able to be tyrants for 3 years plus. Nobody, the world didn't know. But thank you for saying that, because maybe we could push this here out so people can see that this Christopher Clark person seems to be fucking questionable. And I gotta go somewhere today, but when I come back, I'm gonna be looking up some Christopher Clark type shit, because something is telling me he needs a little bit of attention. He sounds like he thirsty. He's thirsty for some fucking attention. Look at Tiffany. She's like, she don't know how to feel. She's like, first it sounds like he's talking good about her, and then it's like, oh, then he said something like, I don't care if she ain't shit. You know, she better. She'd be like, oh, I know, Tiffany. You take what you can get at this point. I will say she seems to have been listening about everybody pointing out how she only looks at the people when they're talking good about her, and she looks down at her desk and her paper and whatever, her phone, when people are talking negative about her. But during this meeting, she's been looking directly at whoever it was, the people who were negative, the people who were positive, or the people who she couldn't really tell, like this guy. She don't know what to think.
And we have unsolved murders here in Harvey. We have police follow us around for just asking questions about how our money's spent. Like, what?
Well, that's something that Tiffany had her police doing too. So that's not that's not a different thing. Tiffany does that as well. So just letting you know.
I'm not downplaying any of the bad things that maybe Miss Henyard has done or has been accused of doing, but something's not right. We need to just get the right things happening. So I don't.
Tiffany looks either sleepy or high. I don't know what, or maybe high sleepy, or sleepy high. I don't know, but it's giving something ain't right.
Care about personalities. I just want people to get done with it. And something that bothered me with the lawyer too, I don't know the legalities, but it did bother me when people were asking you questions, and then they said that, okay, why can't you say anything? Oh, I can't, something about my client. But I agree with the first lady where she said, wait, aren't we your client? Because I got in for all the boards, whether it's.
Okay, so he's talking about the lawyer. I'll show you.
To override them. Now, I know I'm sure other, towns have had this issue before. So what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, are you asking what
Yeah,
to
I mean,
advise
your
you
question,
on?
what do you, as a attorney, what's your advice?
To me. I
Recommend,
can't disclose what advice I give my counsel.
well,
I
I'm,
have a waive attorney-client privilege, I cannot disclose that. I can't
Well-
disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
okay, who is your client? I'm sorry. Are we your client?
Somebody who came up, spoke and wanted to ask the lawyer a question, and the lawyer's response gave me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies also, because I thought the same thing. I was like, aren't you the lawyer for the people? Like, you're like the Thornton Township lawyer or the Dalton lawyer or whatever. Like, you're that they are Thornton. They are Thornton Township. So why would they not be able to, like, let's just say it's privileged information or whatever is protected? It was weird. That's
Harvey Township, Dalton, pretty much everywhere, it's almost like this scheme, this scam, where the lawyers,
now watch Tiffany. Well, watch Tiffany. She's gonna be nodding her head to this. She's turning on her lawyer now. She's turning on the lawyer. Watch.
they act as the personal defense attorneys for the politicians. So I just had to say, I do believe that we are your client ultimately. But yeah, thank you for not arresting us.
Now it's that part for me. Thank you for not arresting us. That's how low the bar is. Oh my God, you're the best. You're the best around, and nothing's gonna ever keep you down. Thank you for not arresting us. It's like the standards, they're so low. These people, these poor people. Look, the lawyer is having the same thought I am. Wow, that's sad. Now let me show you the part where the lady asked the lawyer the question. And the answer, the response kind of was weird.
Comments on from last. I ain't get agenda today, but this is my concern, I'm gonna talk to the attorney. If we have, the trustees not coming to vote on the critical issue, what do you all do? What's the next step? Can you all override them? What's the next step? Because maybe it's 3, 4, 7 meetings. It's been such has been done by now to override them. Now, I know I'm sure other, towns have had this issue before. So what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, are you asking what to
Yeah, I mean,
advise
your
you
question,
on?
what do you, as a attorney, what's your advice?
To me. I
Recommend,
can't disclose what advice I give my counsel. I
well,
have a waive attorney-client privilege, I cannot disclose that. I can't
Well-
disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
okay, who is your client? I'm sorry. Are we your client? My question is, if us hands are tied as supervisors, because the trustees not coming, then that means services to us is not being done. So my question is, you said attorney accountability. What about the us? So I'm saying, what do we do, what do you all do to override this situation? We keep letting it go on, now we're going to 2025 with the same problem?
Ma'am, I only give advice. As an attorney, I don't dictate policy, I don't dictate.
So what advice would you give?
I cannot tell you.
Okay, Tim, what advice did you give for us to move forward with the trustees not being here for 6, 7 meetings? What advice that you gave where we can move forward to get this insurance taken care of and get these service back in place? What advice that you gave? I need to know. Stop expecting all of us back here behind me. What advice can you give? What can we do about it?
She said that I can't answer.
Okay.
I totally agree with you, and that's where I'm at.
That's funny. See? Okay, so so this lady in the pink and the black weird thing on her head, she decides to ask the lawyer, you know, what can be done? What are we supposed to do if they don't come? Like, what's the next step or whatever? Which, makes sense. Makes sense. It's not a nonsensical question. But the lawyer's like, I can't tell you what advice I gave to my client. And then, of course, the lady's like, but ain't we the client? Ain't we the one to pay your fucking money? We pay for you. Are you supposed to represent us? No. But she's Tiffany ass looking. So what happened was the lawyer tells Tiffany, like there ain't nothing you can say. You can't say what the thing is, what I advise. Like that's not how that works. So then Tiffany says it. Now all of a sudden this lady ready to back the fuck off. You see what I'm saying? Like she wanted to press the lawyer when she thought she was doing a good deed for Tiffany. But once Tiffany's like I can't tell you nothing, the lawyer, it's not that I can't say what it is. Now it's like, oh, well, I guess I can't back talk to Tiffany. So now you're going to sit your pink ass down. Okay, got it. This is how they work. It's like the most dysfunctional thing. This is the bad part. It's like, if you like Tiffany, if she's done some good deeds and you want to be like, I just want to support her. She gets a lot of hate and I want to support her and blah, blah, blah. If you want to do that, etc. That's fine. Now, the problem is that if you don't want to do that, if it's not something completely positive, you can't speak your mind. Like if you're going to support Tiffany, you can't speak your mind in a negative way. Like you can't even say an inkling of something that sounds negative and be with her. You see what I'm saying? She is very much cliquey. There's a very much a clique. The clique knows what they can and cannot do, what they have to tolerate, and they can't be pushed back. And that's the dictator. That's the dictatorship of it. Now, Tiffany out doesn't automatically mean Napoleon fucking in. And that's the annoying part. He got a bad reputation also. But everybody hates Tiffany so much. And then next thing you know, we just got a brand new dictator. Well, I'm a spectator, like I said. I'm just trying to let y'all know. Y'all might want to be careful over there. Because I see something coming. I see it coming. It matters who's next. It don't matter so much as who was last as it does who's next. Because whoever get in there is going to have 4 years to destroy whatever they want. And then y'all have to go through the same shit to get them out. So I'm just saying, just letting you know. Y'all behave, okay? Because I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Just know, okay? But mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh. Peace.